Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. Welcome back to the full walkthrough in the Crew 2. So looks like this is going to be a brand new update from Motorflix. We'll be taking on in a different genre. We'll be having a stunt set. That's right, looks like the agency has already arrived. So right now I'm at part 36 to be continue on in my journey. But looks like this one might have to get ready to go on to do some more drifting, because this is going to get a little bit nearly there towards 100%. It's time to get ready to go over to Detroit for having a drift event will be taking place at Steel Forge plant. Looks like this is going to be a one tricky course. We'll be going in onto the road, but sometimes this might be the only way. Whenever we have to stay perfection for only one few chances, we'll have to stay on the line for having a much durability. We'll have to reach up for having some most score points whenever we can get. And for the good news, I just putting up the performance level to be at 240 for my Mazda RX-7 to be currently used. Sometimes taking a lot of drifting practice, we'll be going in to take on for a different place and different track layout to be in the location. So I hope it could probably have to get ready to go to be on the normal difficulty, and let's see how it turns out. We'll have to do much legendary to be quite successful. Just gonna have to take a while to load, and let's go in.
510 gang used to run scrambles here. I had friends who ran with them back in the day. They're gone now, but the race remains. Mine is the ringers, of course. We play this one by the rules these days, so it's a damn sight safer.
Cool. Looks like it is going to be quite very good to race in Detroit for having a drift. And mostly it was also to be mentioned by the first installment in the crew. But thank goodness Alex Taylor becomes the B8 of the 510 Motor Club. Now, let's just gonna make sure this one might have a lot of tricky skills. Okay, looks like this is gonna get a little bit obvious. Very good. Just gonna make sure, try not to take a little bit tap, because that will might scratch the paint. Okay, maybe unless this is gonna might need to do some more practice. But this segment is gonna be quite much possible. We'll have to deal with some incoming obstacles. This is very tough exercise for this event. Gotta make sure this will have to do it right. Okay, there you go. Only 1 minute left. Oh boy, looks like this is going into the max. That's more like it. Just gonna have to climb up onto the chain combo of drifting. Okay, looks like 25 seconds left. Gonna have to make it. Okay, looks like this is gonna be quite doing a most objective complete. But man, looks like this is gonna be climbing up to the max out there, folks. Look at this, 100,016 points is gonna be quite racking up the score to be on normal difficulty. Brilliant, much brilliant. That just worked hard to do some more practice. That barely pays off. Now let's see, this one might have to grab some loot. Okay, looks like the stuff is full, so this one might have to send over to the...
I hear you made the list. Top 10 in the country. You get a gold star, and you know what else? It means you're finally worth beating. You won't be taking my place. Not now. Not ever.
Well, maybe this is going to be quite doing much important message from Tio after the race is over. Now, looks like this is going to be going in on to the next event to be at the same place. But that was going to be quite very interesting to have a nice drifting course to be on the Steel Forge plant. Now let's see, this will might have to go in onto South Detroit. Different layout, but this will might come in handy.
This remote location is great for taking street racing legit. It's easier for Luttrell to get an okay from the authorities when we're racing someplace out of the way like this, instead of, you know, down Main Street. Can't imagine why.
Maybe just only for a bribery, we'll have to give a little bit racing time to have fun. Alright, let's go in to take the second drift event in Detroit. Let's go in there. Remember, just gonna make a good perfection of drifting without taking a single scratch. Okay, keep it careful. I bet this is going to be quite going in to stay on the street. Goes a little bit half off-road. Just going to have to keep regain control. Okay, there you go. Looks like this is going to be the only best spot out there. Okay, 1 minute left. Okay, looks like maybe this is gonna have to take one circular use if I have to get used to this track. Only for drifting is gonna be the only perfection is the key. Come on, just keep going. Just gonna have to reach up onto the halfway mark. 30 seconds left. There you go, right on track. Come on. I know this is gonna quite getting a little bit much harder out there. And successful to be complete. 35,599 points. Maybe this is going to be quite doing much better if I could probably have to do for a little bit freestyle drifting. Okay, just gonna grab one loot and then the rest will have to send it over to the mailbox at HQ. There you go. This will might give a good chance to pick it up after this. Now, maybe this is going to be quite taking a good check on the next event. So, looks like everything is going green mark on the check. So maybe this one might have to check on to the activities. So maybe this one might have a background change for an update. So I hope the Crew 2 players is enjoying a good time to be in the agency events. Taking a lot of good stunt out there. We'll be doing some tricks and skills. So maybe I could probably have to try it out later on. Maybe if I could probably have to go on over to the hunt. But maybe if I could probably have to do an encore. But I just already took Rallycross and Rally Raid to be on Motorflix to be labeled in. So maybe the decreased percentage on the off-road to be at 49%. Luckily, I just put 50% was actually to be taking part in the Switch rival event. But don't worry folks, maybe this one might have to climb back on top on the halfway to be on the off-road family. Now, looks like this is going to be having 100% complete on drifting, and this is going to be quite doing successful out there. Now let's go in to do street racing. Oh yeah, by the way, I have already achieved on the Ace difficulties in Ocean Steve's Motorflix. Gonna make sure if I have to try it out later on, just to be a reminder. Okay, looks like this one might have to going into the next event, Oldies But Goodies Challenge. Formerly exclusive to be made by Papa John's, so maybe this is going to be quite labeled to be as a standard street race event. But in that case, maybe this one might be temporarily used for a vehicle. So let's travel to it and find out which vehicle is going to be. But this is going to be the 1970s Chevy Camaro C28 we'll be able to use. Alright, looks like this is going to be a perfect guess. Chevrolet Camaro C28 in a 1970s model. Maybe this will might... Well, maybe this is going to be the street racing icon to be labeled in use, but it is also to be formerly known as the Papa John's exclusive event. But this is going to be quite giving a good sponsor use to be giving a good time to have some pizzas, so maybe this is going to be quite taking a good standard event to be default for a current update. So let's do this. This is going to be an old school muscle car we'll be going in. Gonna pack up with a nitro. Okay, looks like the Mustang and the C2 Corvette is going in. Almost there, just gonna going in and make that overtake while dodging a civilian vehicle coming in. That's more like it. First place in the lead. Take that checkpoint clear. 0.7 seconds behind. This race is going to be a small road trip from St. Louis to Chicago. Respect both directions on the streets. Sometimes taking a shortcut is going a little bit obvious, but hey, sometimes street racing might be doing a little bit more equal. We'll be doing some strategies will take the effect. Okay, going in onto the right. Take that next turn to proceed onto a different route. Halfway there on the progression. Gonna have to do it. So it looks like this one might have to go in through the bridge. Okay, gonna make sure to pass that bus. Dodging in. Take that recovery. The C2 Corvette passes me, along with the Chevy Cobra. Bummer. Drop down onto dirt place. Going for it. Keep up the pace. Come on, just gonna have to stay on the inside. That's the ticket. This Camaro is coming back in first place. Alright, successful job well done. First place is going into the podium. Now that's American muscle car to go classic. Now that was awesome for a muscle car event, folks, so maybe this is going to be much better have to be temporarily used for a while, but hey, sometimes I've just already got 2 rewards on different disciplines, so maybe street racing doesn't receive a vehicle for free. But maybe only for starters might be quite taking 1 vehicle will be selected. But thank goodness my Ford Mustang is going to be the only best possible to pick. Now, maybe this one might have to switch over to a different vehicle. But I have already fully upgraded on my Ford Mustang, so just gonna have to go in and select it. Performance level at 280, and maybe this one might have to take a good preview look on the performance. Epic win to be successful, and that one might have a good maximum limit. I bet one of these days this one might have some yellow loot for legendary. Will be quite going much stronger to have a nice ability. Will be stacking up with some more rewards. I'll make sure I have to grab my Mustang and then going over to take on the next event. Now let's go on to the filters, because this one might have to be organized and disciplined. Okay, looks like this one might have a short recap out there to see it. So Oldies but Goodies challenge is going to be racing in on to St. Louis and the outskirts of Chicago, located at Mudder Road 66. But good news, this is going to be the only time out there we'll be racing on for the next street race we'll be going in. But I'll make sure I'll have to set a waypoint. We'll be going over to take a road trip. Well, important facts for any journey when playing the Crew 2 is going to be quite very important for every gamers out there. But sometimes having a little bit more comment mistakes like commentaries, because it is going to be quite doing much importance to do a little bit much better sound quality. But hey, in case that you guys have remembered from part 1 to part 7, I know it is going to be sound echoing, because moving on to part 8 is going to be quite taking a little bit more change of the update. And there it is, Mudder Road 66 for performance will be going for epic. But sometimes common loot will be going green, will be dropping in, but this one might have to leave for only a few miles until it'll be sending over to HQ. 3, 2. So let's get in there and let's do this. Having a 1 fast start with no nitro, but everything is all good. Just taking a nice simple race to be going over to Route 66. Okay, just keep going. So it looks like this is going to be taking on for the next checkpoint at the turn. This is going to be quite very successful out there. An ordinary clean race will be having no problem at all. Okay, keep going. Looks like take that checkpoint clear. So looks like I can see Chicago out there. But don't worry folks, I'm just putting up the map. We'll expand to see how the opponents are doing. They still actually try to keep up with me. After spending a lot of practice, we'll be doing some more upgrades will be needed for me. But hey, good thing I just already did taking on in Motorflix the chase to be in Miami. But thank goodness, using the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon was gonna be quite very good to be used for the interception units. But I know, maybe this is going to be quite doing better to keep racing in onto the streets. Alright folks, looks like coming back in onto Motor Road 66. Gonna have to pass through onto the bridge, and here's Dairyland. Gonna have to pass by to the gas station. Here we are, Chicago. Now it looks like this one might be quite going in to take the avenue. We're in near West Side, but this one might take a good quarter-mile distance. We'll be going in to use the nitro and go straight towards the finish line. That was a pretty good, excellent race. And for the good news is, this one might have one or two comment loots to be going a little bit rare, but this one might have the others we'll send down to headquarters to be a reminder. Very excellent road trip to be part in Route 66. But it's time to be going over to take on for the next street race event. Maybe Electric City to be exclusively used to be riding in on motorcycles. That I'll be checking in for a reminder. So let's go back to Detroit for taking on in a street race event. But this one is going to be a different track layout. But hey, looks like this is going to be quite doing excellent to take a much brilliant straightaways. We'll be doing a much advantage. So let's take a good event info to see how it turns out for the recommend performance to be at 140. Interstate has already complete. Now it's time to going in to hit downtown at Detroit.
Detroit, the Motor City, and you can smell the history. How sweet it is to be racing here.
It takes understanding moments to be riding around on the culture, because racing in on Detroit is the perfect place for every American vehicles will be going in. Now this is going to be the only moment to be going fast, so let's go in there. Very good. Looks like this is going to be quite doing much effort out there to take less corners. Gonna hit that 90-degree angle. Make that next turn on the left. Okay, the Challenger passes me. Just gonna coming right back in. Come on, keep going. Looks like Ramon in the Dodge Viper overtakes me. Just gonna make sure this will might have some few shortcuts. We'll be doing the same advantage. Okay, going in. Next turn. Whoa! I didn't see that coming. No matter, this is going to be quite epic tire smoke that I just barely saw it seconds ago. Wow, that was so epic. First lap down, lap number 2 for the final lap, it's on its way. Gotta make sure this one might stay on top, folks. Everything got a whole lot of potential for my Mustang. Okay, gotta make sure to do a little bit standard drip. We'll have to do some practice whenever I have to participate in the agency. But it could be possible to do some settings. We'll be doing much tuning work. We'll give the street racing, we'll do some drifting. That would help out to see it. Okay, here comes the final stretch. Just gonna have to take one checkpoint, and then this might lead towards the finish line. Spectacular street racing victory. There you go. Looks like this might have some few parts. And then the other loot will be sent down to headquarters in the mailbox. Okay, looks like it's time to get ready to switch vehicles. I guess this is going to be the only time to going in to use my Chevy Camaro CL1 2017. But maybe this one might have to going in to be quick customized. Just to make sure this one might have the red color, we'll be switching into blue. This one might cost $1,500. That one might be quite giving a good accepted. Now, let's just gonna have to go for a little quick customization. Just gonna make something to be representative, to be fully organized, to be resembles as a CL1 Track Performance LE. Okay, maybe this one might be quite good. Fenders. Well, maybe this is going to be pretty cool, but just going to make sure to be fully customized that everybody has to be visualized by using imagination. I'll have to equip this to be as official. Calipers we'll have to put later on. Carbon side mirrors. Painted in blue. Now, also for a rear wing part. This one might be quite good. And for the rear bumper, maybe this one might have something to be giving a different taillight. I think this one might be good. Just gonna have to switch up the interior, so this one might paint it in blue. Just gonna have to be very organized. Materia in second. Insert. I'll just have to put in one as well. Okay, looks like this one might have a dress up to be rewarded, but this is going to be quite good customization out there. Just going to put up with some smokes. Nitro has already placed in blue, and for the window tint, I'll just have to put it in installed. Now for the horns, so maybe this one might have a vintage bank alarm horn. Maybe I'll have to make sure to leave it as standard. So, looks like this is going to be a bearing resemblance to a track performance. So I hope this one might be quite good, come in handy. So let's select and get ready to take on for only one event. Now, let's just gonna have to go over to the map again. So it looks like this one might have to go over to Financial District for taking on in Manhattan. But it is going to be quite very interesting for having a figure 8 circuit times 2. So I hope it could probably have to get ready to go faster for this moment, folks. But everything goes on to take the normal average race So let's see how my CL1 will be taking on for a different opponent in a different type of classes. We'll have to do much brilliant to take.
You want to piss off T.O., beat him in this race. You really want to piss him off, call him Edgar. He only lets family do that, and as far as he's concerned, you'll never be part of the family.
Looks like Teal is here to participate in his Nissan GTR. Looks like this is going to be quite doing excellent to have a track performance on my Camaro. So let's see how it goes, and this is going to be the new opportunity for having an Icon 100 vehicle. Gonna have to pass several opponents, including a motorcycle. Teal is in the lead. Gonna have to go on the inside. Alright, looks like this is gonna be quite perfect. Works like a charm, and that is gonna be quite good icon for having a nice vehicle. Gonna have to pack up with a nitro. This is gonna get a little bit more ordinary average, and heads up, looks like Teal has already known the shortcuts. This is gonna be one element of surprise by taking an extreme jump.
You won't be beating me for long.
Okay, looks like going back where it all started. Just like part 1, but everything is going different.
Enjoy the lead. Any minute now, you're gonna eat my tailpipes.
Well, I hope I can enjoy Teal. But luckily, every driver knows its shortcuts to be in the street race. Almost there, just gonna have to go past in. Take that next turn. Oh boy. Ah, bummer. What am I thinking? Hang on, got it back on track. That caused us a distraction, I believe. Okay, looks like lap number 2, but things are getting a little bit challenging, but also still got a lot of chance.
You're doing this on purpose to test your skills, aren't you?
Now, looks like this is going to be quite going usual. Okay, looks like Teal is climbing back in the lead. But maybe this one might need for only a few more miles to go. But 65% on the progression. So I know this one might have the only tricky advantage will be going in to use this shortcut. Finally back in the lead, and Teal knows the way. And I believe I know the way that this will might have the only surprise. Okay, this looks like this is going to be the same thing. Gonna have to break the shortcut surprise. Okay, not today. This one is going to be taking a lot of good perfection to stay direction. Final stretch on the way. Fantastic, but it always does a little bit more driving dirty. I know this race is going to be taking a little bit challenging when smashing up the obstacles. Objects are now in place, by the way. Wow, what a surprise. Snow day has already come, but this is going to be the only perfect time to wrap this up. So I hope this might be quite good to be using for the Chevy Camaro CL1 2017, but also as a 2018, but maybe the track performance LC1 is going to be quite doing much effort out there. But I know, the wing spoiler is actually just give the strong bearing resemblance. So right now, this might have to going over to continue on for the next walkthrough, but this is going to be the only perfect chance to do an encore on the hunt. But I have already did the first part and all events to be exclusive in Motorflix on Rally Raid and Rallycross disciplines. But yeah, I know this might have a good rehearsal act. We'll be doing some stunts before I'm about to be ready to take part in the agency. Alright folks, I hope you really enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. You can follow me on Instagram, DeviantArt, and GT Planet whenever you want. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time to continue the journey in the Crew 2, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.